felt the need to walk away. No, so the event that I want to do is like a journaling, but like, oh y'all, I am in Jersey City. I'm out here about to just support one of my girlfriends who is having an event today. That is so funny that I cannot see the screen. Okay, that really like messed me up. Welcome to another vlog. I'm trying to do better with the intro. I feel like y'all already understand that I really am not the best with the intros. I'm about to walk in and have some fun on this lovely, beautiful Saturday. It is cold, but the sun is doing its thing.
Mingle, there's conversation cards, photos, like the lighting outside is legit. At the same time, it's still nice.
And then this lighting.
That kind of thing.
You stay right there. You stay right there. Oh, this right here. Yes. Yes. I'm a little bit. I love it.
Oh, we live, baby. So no, it's okay. No, so the event that I want to do is like a journaling, but like.
And knowing that God will meet us in this place, in this beautiful venue, can we just like take a moment to acknowledge how nice this is? We have the raffle the other side, if we can grab them.
Not my abs showing out. Excuse me. I don't care. I've worked so hard for these to be finally popping out. Anyway, I have some laundry to do. It's actually Thursday. I've got some things to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and get on the bike first, come back. Closet is finally back up and running. So the verdict is in. The man of God is, well, I should say the man of God's painting is gonna be hung. Still don't know where, but at least we're making progress to hang it up somewhere. Where? I don't know. But I want to talk about something that has been really important, or really kind of like at the forefront of my mind this week. And so we're gonna go for it. That workout definitely felt amazing. If you have the Peloton app, Tunde, she does not play. Like, she's really, really good. I was a part of a Instagram and Meta creator program earlier this year, end of last year, which was so dope. I'm looking forward to potentially partnering again with them. However, they gave me a gift card for B&H Photo, which is like an electronics store well known over here in the city. And I think they ship everywhere though. I'm not sure like where the locations are. Anyway, I ordered a few things and I should be getting the package in today at some point. I'll make sure I remember to share that with you guys. Let me fix this. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was I felt the need to walk away with something, from something very near and dear to me. But the walking away was necessary because I needed to almost detach my expectation of this thing I needed to walk away from. And I'm not trying to talk in code. I'm going to tell you exactly what I had to walk away from. So I had to walk away from the writing process of my book. If you've been rocking with me, y'all know I've been writing a book for like a zillion years. And the truth of the matter is I kept hitting a block because I knew that there were just certain things that God was really inviting me to share on this journey of unscripted grief, right? And as you guys saw, the end of last year, I shared the testimony of like what all was actually like really happening underneath, like just like the layers that were happening in the last like 6 years, actually 7 years at this point. But it was really important for me when I got into this like writing mode last year. I unintentionally almost like felt myself like, I have the language for it now. I didn't know it then. Girl, I'm still like sweating. Oh my gosh. But I almost like unintentionally like walked away. I had to like walk away from the writing process because I kept having this very specific expectation. And if you're anything like me, when you attach yourself to an expectation, yet you do not stick to some sort of strategy, some sort of blueprint, some sort of something to actually lean toward that expectation or that expected end, then there's no way, shape, or form that you should logically have yourself attached to this expectation. What do I mean? If I want to, let's say, prime example, I'm gonna use myself as an example. If I want to be a published author, if I want my book to be out there because I know that this is something that I am called to do, like I know that, but I don't stick to the plan that I essentially have in place. For example, writing blocks, writing sessions, working with my editor, putting it on my calendar and sticking to it. It's one thing to put stuff in your calendar, but if you don't stick with it, baby, it's not gonna get done, okay? And that's what I mean. And so I was so like almost saddened because I was like, Michelle, now what were you expecting? What were you expecting? What? And here's why this is all full circle, and now I have language for it. Because earlier this week on Sunday or Monday, I can't remember, the Lord kept telling me, Michelle, go back to Revelations 1. Go back to Revelations 1, right? And I'm like, okay, Lord, I'll go to Revelations 1 eventually when I have the time. When I actually feel like I need to go back to Revelations 1. And I'm like, what is in Revelations 1? Like, I don't remember what Revelations 1 had in it. And so I'm reading it and I'm like, okay, this is cool. All right, Lord, like, speak, Lord, this is your word. And I'm going to pull up what Revelations 1 said to me and how it completely wrecked me on today. So I typically read the New King James Version of the Bible, and that's still what I read this morning. But on Revelations 1:10 and 11, it says, on the Lord's day, the Spirit took control of me. And behind me, I heard a loud voice that sounded like a trumpet. The voice said, write in a book what you see. Then send it out to the 7 churches in Ephesus, and all the other churches are listed there. But I sat with write in the book what you see. And I've talked about this on my channel before. I think, as a matter of fact, last year I started this series called Unscripted Grief. And I believe if I'm not mistaken, what was I saying? That like totally threw me off. Oh my God. And then I kept reading and it described who this man was, right? That was talking to him and saying he was wearing a robe that reached down to his feet, and a gold cloth was wrapped around his chest. His head and his hair were white as wool or snow, and his eyes looked like flames of fire. Like, y'all, this just really messed me up. The word of God is so rich, y'all. It checked me today. It reminded me, out of all the conversations this week that I was having, and were very important to this pinnacle moment, it was almost like God was like, you're headed in the right direction. However, I need you to check yourself because you walked away from something that I invited you to create, but you're not sticking to the work that is needed to attain this expectation that you have. You can't keep doing all the other things around it, hoping that somehow the book will get written. I'm reading my mail to y'all in real life, okay? And it's like, y'all know, I've had this conversation before, and it's so, as a creative, as a storyteller, as a writer, it could be very much so frustrating because our creative flow can be so inconsistent. And this is not, I'm coming for myself, really. But I feel like since one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-discipline, then we should be really activating that fruit of the Spirit, not just when it comes to stewarding other people and serving our families, our communities, and all these things, but also stewarding actually what we're supposed to be doing. We can't just keep, once again, Because I don't know about you. You may be really good at discipline and all that stuff. I know this has been an uphill battle for me for years. And I get on this like road or this track where I'm just like really focused, then I burn out. And then it's like, then I'm like, okay, well, let me just ease on up. And then I ease on up and I don't stick to some sort of goal. Other areas it's easy for me, but when it comes to almost like something that feels so impossible and so massive, you almost feel like, you know what, well, it's just gonna get done when it's get done. And then 5 years pass and you still didn't get it done. And I'm just more so thinking out loud, but it's almost like I unintentionally walked away from that because, or that ideology and that mindset that I was writing the book at that time. Not that it was a bad thing, but I feel like now I can enter back into that and kind of like read my manuscript and finish writing the book with a mindset of a healthy expectation and saying, if this is the date or if this is the time frame in which I want to complete this project, then I have to stick to it. Because I'm not just sticking to it for myself, I'm sticking to it in my obedience to God, and I'm sticking to it because it's a guide for some of you guys. I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000. It is essentially a guide for a generation that is crying out for practical steps and tools on how to forgive, right? And also this redirection of not just focusing on the healing of something, but focusing on the healer, right? We not just focusing on the blessing, like the beauty for ashes, although that is a beautiful thing, but really focusing on the blesser, locking eyes and gazing with Jesus, right? Like, and really bringing back that reverence to the God that is the author of your story. I don't know, there's so much to say. And so I'm just praying that I really finish this book. It feels like the biggest task of my life. And it's not even almost done. But I really feel this almost like urgency because the ministry of inner healing and like just like healing in general, I just feel, I sense it being so distorted because we're thinking that we can heal ourselves. Our words are very powerful. Our prayers are very powerful. The things we do day to day are very powerful. But when you think you're the healer, it's a severe out of orderedness because I can't heal myself. I can't. And that's on God. Jesus healed me and continues to heal me. There's no doubt about it. And so I just feel this urgency of bringing us all back and having this family reunion in form of a book. And just really bringing us back to center, which is gazing at our Creator, at our Lord. I'm still processing this, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my protein shake because I'm hungry. And I have a meeting at 3:30 and it's 1 o'clock, so I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready to go. I have a special event coming up in March, so make sure that in the description box you look for my number. Okay, there's a phone number in there, and just text Soul Care to that phone number. If you're out of the US, I'm so sorry, I don't think you can text that number. However, make sure you get on my email list because I'm gonna be sending out information on there too. And just make sure you're subscribed and you put your post notifications on for my channel because I'll definitely be letting you guys know more information. I'm actually going to be booking the spot within the next few days. So I haven't done a live event in years, like an actual in-person live event. And it's going to be like a writing workshop kind of situation. Look, I actually look like a human. I feel like I haven't looked like a human on this vlog since the Saturday brunch, right? Since Saturday brunch. Anyway, I just got my package from B&H. I'm going to show you guys what I got. I get like, wait, what is that? All right, this is a Canon cable that I needed to link my Canon to the display monitor that I have so that I can actually see. It's like a viewfinder. It's a monitor that I've had for a very, very long time. I can't even remember where I got it from, but this is like the HDMI high-speed cord that attaches that monitor to my actual Canon camera. Then I got these new wireless go-to Rode mics to make my audio sound so much more crisp and beautiful on my iPhone and on my vlogging camera. I'm gonna test it out with my vlogging camera. I do have the Rode mic that is like a oh god, what is it called? Like I put it on a boom, like a boomstick, and that's, you know, that has worked for me for a long time. I also have the cord the lavalier to help me as well. I just want to like test out new audio and see where I land. And this is the cord that attaches it to the iPhone as well. So I have the actual mic and the receiver, I think it's called. So it's just, this is the microphone right here, and this is the like receiver. So this is the system that comes, and these were like add-ons that I added to it. This is the, the lavalier mic, and then this is the actual cord that I mentioned. Also, I did get a Insta X Fujifilm camera, which I guess the film came first. The camera's on the way. It should get here today, so I'll show you guys when that comes, because that's actually a really fun purchase that I got. Got my other package from B&H today. Gee. My Fujifilm camera is here. This is the chalk color. I think it's called chalk. And I'm so happy about this. Let's look at her. This is the new addition to my camera family. I had to get the I got the instant, like the prints, the square prints yesterday. I think I showed it in the vlog from yesterday. And then today I got the actual like camera, like the Polaroid camera. And I already took a picture of my dad. This is the picture that I took of my dad, and I like put it on my wall. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that today ended up being such a sunny day. Earlier it was so like gloomy and like ugh, but ended up being a sunny day. I'm actually gonna go out tonight. It's gonna be an eventful March, so make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Make sure you turn that bell on so you are notified every time I post a video. I think I mentioned that earlier in this video, but the thing is, I never say that. I always forget. Come on, y'all, let's make this official, okay? So anyway, I'm gonna end the vlog here. There's so many things happening in March, but I'm having my first event in a long time. It's gonna be toward the end of March, but it's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna actually vlog this weekend, me booking the location and all that stuff. So by the time this vlog goes out next week, or by the time the vlog comes out next week, next Friday, I will have that information for you guys. I pray that it sells out in Jesus' name, because period. All right, guys, I will see you guys in my next video.